Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, my water family? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, my two fishes friends. Let's take a look at some oracles. I've got some oracles here. It's going to give us the overall feels for the week ahead. I'm always reading for the week ahead. If you're brand new, by the way, welcome. Pisces, if you're here for all the shenanigans, welcome here. And I always do read for the week ahead. So whenever you get this, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead. And that's because we're not all at the same place in our lives at this time. It's going to resonate in different ways for different people. It's a general reading after all. So first we're going to get the oracles, then we'll put some clarifying on it with the tarot and find out what's going on for you. At the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about where to find a private read if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in an extended, I'll tell you where to find that as well. Hope you're well, Pisces. How is that full moon doing for you? Still in the full moon energies here. And we are still in the retrograde shadow phase, in the pre-shadow phase here. Tell me about Pisces. All right. Look, we've got accelerated motion. Something is about to speed up for you here. You've been wishing on a star? I'm just looking at here. Looks like there is something that is going, I'm going to say something that is like an anomaly. I'm going to say the anomaly is about to show up. It feels like something that possibly you've been hoping for, but you didn't expect would show up. That's what it feels like. Something that is as rare as a shooting star. That's what it looks like here. But accelerated motion. It's about to speed everything up here. Possibly your abundance. Eights are about abundance. Tell me more about Pisces. We've got, it says, have faith in your dreams. Okay. Pisces, I feel like a wish fulfillment is coming. It feels like something you've been dreaming about. Look, you're Pisces, dreamy energy. You're the one who is the high priestess. You will see things before they happen. If you are someone who has your intuitive energy in alignment, you are someone who will dream about it before it happens. Have faith in your dreams. Something you've seen in a dream possibly, or something you've been dreaming that would show up, I feel is about to show up, and it's an anomaly. It's something that I think you were hoping for, but you were like, nah. Nah, it's not going to show up, but damn, if it showed up, that would be so great. Like, that's what it feels like here. Tell me more about Pisces, please. Tell me more about Pisces. We've got acceptance, okay? It's telling me to tell you, look, just accept your fate. It feels like something that you've been hoping for is about to show up. This is acceptance. It says, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So for some of you, that means that you wished it was different and it will never be. But for others of you, it feels like possibly you were hoping something would show up for you, and I think that it will. And that's not going to change. I feel like you need to accept that you need to learn how to receive, because something here is, because we can stop our wish fulfillment from showing up at the time when it's decided to show up, because we don't have the ability to receive. And what that means is your wish fulfillment could show up and look you right in the face, but if you're not ready to receive it and you don't think that it's yours, you'll turn it away. And that's why we have judgment, right? So it can come back around again. So it does feel like somebody has a dream. Something that you've been dreaming about is about to show up, and you're going to see it this time. Look at that. We have light, and this is the sun in the tarot. And so this is Leo energy. It feels like something here is about to show up, and you're going to see it this time. It may be something that has been showing up and leaving because you didn't recognize it as being a wish fulfillment, or possibly you hadn't had the dream about it yet. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my gosh, a spiritual union is coming here. We've got light and destiny. So we've got the sun, which is showing you that your destiny is here. Like I said, for those of you who are ready to receive your destiny, it's going to show up and look you in the face. And this time, some of you, the ones who are ready to receive, because look, receiving can be just as hard as giving. And so I feel like somebody here in divine timing is having something show up for them But whether you recognize that it's for you or not, because maybe it's not packaged the way you thought it would be packaged, right? I feel like it's a spiritual union for some of you. Oh, look at that. We have the Emperor here too. We have stability, security, somebody possibly who is showing up that is a person who has authority, or a person who is someone who, how can I say, somebody who possibly is someone of influence. It feels like somebody here is like, nah, they're not showing up for me, are they? Well, I don't know, because it says accept powerful change. Look, there's nothing wrong so far. I'm just saying, it says new moon eclipse. When the eclipses come by, things change like on the drop of a dime and without you signing off. So it feels like something here is about to change. There's something that's been hiding behind the moon. I would say we just had the full moon in Taurus, and it feels like something's been hiding behind the moon. And this light here, right, is about to get brighter. Look at that. You're about to see your destiny. Your destiny's about to show up. Look, I can't even. There's a new romantic cycle that's about to begin here for some of you, and expect powerful change. Whatever you've been dreaming about is about to show up, and this time you will see it, because card 19 is a 10, and a 10 is showing up with a 10. 10-10, my friend. So it feels like there is something that's showing up in balance. Something that is someone, I feel, is showing up who you will deepen your connection with. Or possibly it's someone that you've already been deepening a connection with. But maybe you are thinking, is this really for me? Is this person really for me? We've got abundance. It says here, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. Look, I can't even write this shit like this. Look, it says here that you can manifest whatever you desire. Look, something you've been dreaming about. That's what it feels like. Look, let's get some tarot on it and see what's going down. Let's get some details for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Can't even, Pisces. All right, are you sitting on the edge of your seat? Because I am. Let's find out what's going on. I'm literally sitting on the edge of my seat. Let's find out what's going on. Something is about to speed up here, my friend. Tell me about the accelerated motion. Tell me about Pisces, please. Tell me about Pisces. We've got the High Priestess. Pisces, I can't even. You know it's coming. But I feel like some of you had talked yourself out of it. You're like, yeah, I'm dreaming about it. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, I feel like the sun's over my head. It feels like you must accept it in order to see it. So look, maybe if we're talking about a person, maybe it's a person who you didn't think was for you. For whatever reason. I don't care what the reason is. Maybe you just didn't think that they were for you. I feel like this time when you see that person, you're going to see them in a different light. It happened to me one time in my life where I thought that this person that I wasn't really attracted to showed up in my life, and they showed up many times in my life. And then the one time they showed up, all of a sudden the eyelashes were long and the eyes were beautiful green. And I was seeing this person in a completely different light than I saw them before. So I feel like that's sort of the energy. Towers here. It feels like that's the energy that is someone that you were blocking. I feel that the block is being removed. So I'm not saying you won't be attracted to them. I'm just saying it feels like you already know. Your intuitive energy is you already know. I think that you don't see this person very often. I feel with the High Priestess here that it's been quiet lately between you. I don't think this is your bestie. I don't think this is someone you've been texting on a regular basis. This isn't someone who says good morning and good night. This is someone who I feel has been very quiet with you, and not because they wanted to be, but because they are inward. This person is inward and they're thinking about how to move forward, how to accelerate the motion between you and them. Tell me about having faith in your dreams. We've got the Two of Pentacles, and then you'll have a decision to make. I feel like you're going to go back and forth. I'm just going to say you might not be sure if you are ready to receive this or not. You might not be in a place to receive it. So this reading, you know, it might not be for all of you, right? It is a general reading. Tell me about acceptance, the King of Pentacles. but it's solid. It's a solid offer. It feels like something that you have been slowly moving towards that maybe looked like a block. We did pull the Tower and the Seven of Wands. Maybe it looked like a block to you, but I don't think it was. I think it is grounded and solid and moving slowly toward a goal. I think that, because mountains in the tarot can be obstacles, but they can also be achievements. It feels like there is someone here that wants to provide, possibly. I've left a space here because we're going to put down a couple of cards. This is going to be for the week ahead, but this is going to be for the week after that. We're looking further into November. Tell me more about Pisces, please. What else does Pisces have to know? The World card is here. Something is definitely shifting for you. This is the end of an old cycle. Maybe the cycle where you were blind, maybe the cycle you didn't see them, but it feels like an old chapter of your life is ending because you're accepting something. Maybe you're accepting that the dream is real, that it's going to play out in the 3D. Somebody here might want to pursue or is feeling rather inspired to close a chapter with you so they can begin another. Let's take a look here. Let's clarify a little bit with the High Priestess and accelerated motion. Your intuition is taking off. I feel like somebody here has been sitting and looking out the front window every once in a while, like somebody's going to drive up, or you feel like if you're out at the mall or you're out shopping, it feels like that you feel like you might bump into somebody you haven't seen for a while. This is an intuitive or psychic notion for somebody here, that you know that something's about to go down, but you're not exactly sure what it is. You're about to get a lot of attention, but also it feels like you've come out of a dark cycle. So the World card here is telling me that you are coming out of a cycle where you had to fight for everything. This is coming back from the fight or the war. This person is on the white horse. They've got this energy at the end of their wand because they have chosen to move forward with excitement. But this is also getting a lot of attention. Tell me more. We've got the Four of Swords in the reverse, and we've got the Magician in the reverse. We've got the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It does feel like you are going to have to make some type of decision. I feel that when this does show up, that you are open to it, but you're not sure about it. When the Magician is in the reverse for me, it's usually like, I don't know, my spidey sense is tingling. Is this for me? Is this manipulation? Do I really have the stability? Do I really have the resources and skills to make this happen? Is this really for me? It's like you're not exactly sure if this is the right time to create this. And so it feels like a little bit of holding back. I'm not really sure. I've got to check in with myself in my High Priestess energy. But the Four of Swords being in the reverse tells me that you've just come out of a healing process, which makes sense because the Six of Wands is here. The Six of Wands is having victory and success after coming back from the war or coming back from the fight. It could be a mental fight that you've been in. But it feels like with the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck that in the future, you're going to ask to be taking action on something that I feel you've been stuck on. So that you've not been taking action on because you need a better plan or you needed to make a plan. We have the Three of Cups. You're being reunited with somebody. The Three of Cups being here. Or this is somebody that you only see when you go out to be social. They could be part of a social group. They could be the bartender at the bar that you go to. Could be the waiter at the restaurant you go to. It feels like there is somebody here that I feel you only see now and again when you're out being social. We have the King of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Ace of Cups. Now this particular deck, when I see the Ace of Cups in this particular deck, to me, it's not only the Ace of Cups, but it's a surprise. Because you don't always expect that when you open a clam that you're going to see a pearl, right? An oyster, sorry, that you're going to see a pearl. And so fish and water is abundance. It feels like you're going to be surprised by something that's very abundant and very confusing. The Seven of Cups is here. It feels like you think it's an illusion. Really? Is that what it is for me? it feels like it becomes very clear with the King of Swords, clear and factual, that this is not an illusion, that this is actually a surprise. This is the beginning of something that is of the heart space here. It feels like it is something that you've been dreaming about, and I think it's going to freak you out because your intuition is going to be confirmed about something that you've either been dreaming about or thinking about. It's wish fulfillment is what it is. The stars at the bottom of the deck in the future. Tell me more about Pisces. Tell me about the King of Pentacles and acceptance. I feel like you need to accept that this has been going on for a while. It feels like someone you that's already in your wheelhouse, I'm going to say, because we have someone on a boat and we have a captain that's where the phrase in your wheelhouse comes from. It's like the captain's, the front of the ship where the captain steers the ship from. It feels like somebody who's already in your wheelhouse, somebody who's already in your 3D world that you have not really considered as being someone of interest. But I feel like when this person comes to pursue you, I feel like you are going to accept it because it's something that you cannot change. It feels like you're just going to know. It's going to lock in. You're going to know in your intuition that this is the thing I've been dreaming about. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Seven of Swords. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. This is a person you don't see all the time. It feels like this is a person you don't see all the time, and you could be in silence with them at this time. And it's not because they don't want to talk to you. It's because they're trying to formulate what to say. This person is in the Hanged Man energy. They're in a pause, getting perspective, listening to their intuition and deciding what they want to do from here. The Seven of Swords tells me something is going on under the surface, and I don't really know what it is, but on the surface, it looks like the Five of Pentacles, that someone has detached. They're not talking to me. I'm not talking to them. We don't talk to each other in between social gatherings or in between the time that I go to the restaurant or see the bartender or whoever this person is, but it's someone that you see on a regular basis. And it's not someone who, it could be someone who lives in your neighborhood even, right? But let's look at this because it feels like not next week, but the week after, something comes full circle and somebody begins to approach you or pursue somebody who could be a fire sign. So it could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Sorry, not Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It does feel like it is maybe Leo. Oh, we do have the Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. I really think that it feels like someone who possibly is an earth sign or a fire sign that has like a rising or a moon in their air. That's what it feels like to me. Doesn't have to be, of course. I'm just going with what I feel because I'm an energy reader, right? They could be a fixed sign. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and the World card takes forever to get here. It takes us forever to get to the end of a cycle because the World card is the fixed signs, and the fixed signs move super duper slow. So it's telling me here that things that were moving slow, that once this chapter closes, once you realize that we're at the end of the line here and we have to start brand new, that somebody here is going to possibly begin to pursue. Tell me about the King of Wands in the World card. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Because they see the value in you, they see that you're organized, stable, take care of yourself, make your own money, that you take care of your health, you're very creative, somebody who has a beautiful home or who has created, give anything to the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is going to multiply it, right? So it feels like that you have multiplied something, money, property, how you look. I don't know what it is, but it feels like we've got two people here that are in the King of and Queen of Pentacles energy. This person feels like we are in mirrored lifetimes. Like, feels like they are doing the same thing you're doing, or they see you as someone who's mirroring them. There's the Tower. It came back, and we've got the Ten of Cups. What? What is going on, Pisces? Can you please tell me what's going on? The Tower is shifting everything into happiness. Absolute apex of happiness. It's shifting. Everything is shifting. And so I feel like you have been minding your damn business. You've been doing the thing. You've been taking care of yourself. You've been focusing on you. I feel like this person, maybe you haven't even seen them in the social group for a while. Maybe you haven't been to the place where they are. It feels like they're in your wheelhouse, but possibly you haven't seen them for a while, but everything is about to shift. When I see the Tower here with the World, it's an awakening. It's a realization that somebody's like, woo, I gotta go. I gotta go and get Pisces. That's what it feels like here. Somebody is having some sort of really big realization, which kind of tracks because we just got out of a full moon energy. I'm going to put down 3 cards. We're going to go into the extended. If you'd like to be in the extended, please look at the top of the comments. There is a pinned comment there. It'll tell you how to get to the membership area if you wish to see at least 4 extendeds for Pisces over a month. That's only if you're watching for just your sign. If you're watching for Moon and Rising, of course, you'll get all the extendeds for all of those. If you're interested in purchasing this outright, there's a link there for that as well. And if you're interested in a private read, I do live readings face-to-face or over the phone. And I also do readings that are pre-recorded. So if you'd like to take the link to Hypsee, you will see my pricing and my packages. All right, let's put down 3 cards. We'll see what we're talking about in the extended. Well, we're going to, of course, clarify all of this. And then we're going to talk about the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody has been on a very slow approach. Very slow approach. They could be someone who is an earth sign, but they could be also someone who's an air sign. The air signs are going to overthink it all, and they want to do everything with precision. So they could be somebody who has just been making sure that they are going to get to the goal by taking the right path. It feels like somebody who's been taking their time. They're not in a hurry. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. According to you, this person is pulling back their energy. 5 Pentacles. They don't want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to them. I'm not chasing them. I think you've already released it. You've let go of it. I feel like this person has been holding back until they're really sure, until they've got all the details, like the reassessment is going on at this time. And then we have the 8 of Cups. I think you've already detached. You've detached, you've pulled away. You're like, that's not for me. Or this person isn't texting me, isn't calling me, isn't making a move. So I think you think it's done. I feel like it's going to surprise you or shock you when it shows up. We've got the Hierophant in the reverse. This is somebody who's very non-traditional. And what I mean by that is not your usual. This is not the usual person. This is not, if you have a type, this person is completely not your type. But I feel like the connection that you will have with them, because we're mirroring each other, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, is a different connection than you've ever had before. This person is non-traditional. They could be someone who is against the system. They could be someone who is making their own rules, who's maybe spiritual and not religious. They are somebody who's not following anyone else's rules. They're someone who's non-traditional. We have the Hermit, but they're very spiritual. They are somebody who trusts themselves, someone who meditates regularly, someone who's got all the details. They know what they're doing. This is very intentional, I would say. Judgment card is here. They're being pushed toward you by the universe to say, look, if you want it, go get it. We're going to look more at all of this. We're going to clarify it all as we go into the extended. If you'd like to be there, that's where I will be. You know how to get there. Look at the pinned comment. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. And you guys take care. See you later. Bye.